Because Google Apps for Education is relatively new within Newport Mesa Unified School District, some of you that are watching this may not know the difference between Google Apps, Google Extensions, and Google Add-ons. The following tutorial is going to be for 2 add-ons. So if you want to know the difference between them, at the end of the tutorial, there is a 2-minute instructions on how to know the difference between the 3. The purpose of this video is to introduce middle school, high school, and college students to powerful new and free tools offered inside of add-ons. Add-ons can be found inside of Google Drive. If you're inside of Google, there's your Drive. And if you go into there, and I'll go into a Follow Rome essay that's inside of my Drive. To find add-ons, you go to an add-on tab, which is here, and then choose Get Add-ons. I already have the first one, which is EasyBib, which is usually comes first. It's right there. It says Manage, which means I already have it loaded in there. Now, all of you have seen EasyBib, but inside of Google Docs, it's much faster and saves you a lot of time. These add-ons are all what they call productivity tools. So if I go into my EasyBib creator here, give it a second to turn it on, and I need to cite a source. So this works just like EasyBib in the web. The difference is, as you'll see, I cite a source. I do a website. It can do MLA. It can do API. It can do all the other ones, which I didn't even know existed. And you can cite it. You search for the website. Then I select it. And here's what's different. Now I'm going to add it to the bibliography. And before, when you had to go out in Web 2.0, EasyBib, you'd have to copy it, you have to paste it, you have to paste it into a doc, you have to then copy and paste it into your document. Here it adds right to the bottom of your document. And there it goes right there. There's your works cited. I pushed this twice. In any event, it saves you tons of time. So this is what I meant about these being fabulous productivity tools. The next add-on is SAS Writing Reviser. This is a powerful revision tool that can elevate your writing to college level. Before I show you how this works, I really need to compliment this company's core values, as they have invested $100 million in providing free online curriculum for all students. Over I forget how many, and they say 50 million students are using it. The CEO of this company, SAS Curriculum Pathways, Mr. Jim Goodnight, provides this free resource because he's very concerned about the budget crises in public schools. He stated that shrinking budgets and pricing structures should not stand in the way of American students receiving educational technology that will engage them and better prepare them for today's workforce. I invite you to look through this website. You might find some tools that interest you. There's the entire Writing Navigator suite, Algebra 1. Anyway, there's a lot of things that might resonate with you. Virtual labs, biology, and may be fun to explore. I'd like to thank Alex Nikolav for submitting his paper for analysis. As you can see, this is an argumentative essay, a persuasive essay. He has a very strong thesis with a 3-part claim, and he has lots of evidence that documents each one of his claims. However, Writing Reviser is more oriented towards sentence structure and word choice. So what this does is allows you to look at a lot of different features in writing. It offers over 20 different categories to think about. Revision is the heart of writing, and this reviser takes a look at all those different features inside of writing. Writing Reviser teases out all of these different subcategories that you didn't even maybe even think about, and allows you to go back in and consider revising them. One of the problems most students have is in the passive voice. What's powerful about this program is, regardless of all the different categories that it provides you, each one of them has a small tutorial inside of it to help you figure out what the feature is. In this case, passive tense. It gives a quick explanation of what the passive tense is, saying that it's an active, in the active voice, the subject has to perform on the action. The soccer player kicked the ball. The passive voice is when the subject is acted on. The ball was kicked by the soccer player. So you have to switch it and have the soccer player kick the ball. An event. So it gives you a small tutorial. And most importantly, it highlights in blue all the possible passive tenses that you may have to fix. You don't have to, it just makes it stronger. As you can see, I fixed a couple of them to show the author how to restructure his sentences. The one I'll be using a lot in my class is the weak and hidden verbs. And so as you can see right here, that's the verb of to be. If you're in my class, you know I spend a lot of time on improving word choice and eliminating the verb of to be. Now, that not all of them have to go, but as you can see, I would probably ask this author to maybe take 5 or 6 of them and try to add active, stronger verbs in those places. Also, verb tense is a very useful feature, particularly if you're writing literary analysis. You know you're not allowed to write in the past tense, so you can immediately check to see if you switched verb tense. I noticed that he switched verb tenses. It's not always bad, but I didn't have time to check to see if that was correct or not. So those are 2 areas that I would use a lot. The other one is sentence length. An average sentence, the average length of a sentence in a very strong piece of writing is between 15 and 20 words. I think professional writers, it's more like 24. But in any event, it shows a typical essay is 15 to 20, and this draft has 10. So that's where this author could go back in and use strategies like coordinating conjunctions, fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and since, or adverbial clauses, a wubis, after, although, as, before, because, if, and since, and use different ways to connect and put together some sentences to make them a little bit longer and a little bit more powerful. But all of these are very powerful and are worth looking at. But if you don't understand them, like I said, each one of them has a small tutorial provided in each category. Google provides an amazing array of free increased productivity tools and workflow applications, which are stored in 3 different areas: applications, extensions, and add-ons. The add-ons are uniquely dedicated to Google Apps for Education. This is a quick review for those of you that may not know about these 3 areas. Google extensions and apps can be found in the Chrome Web Store. The Chrome Web Store is located in this colored area right here. You open it up, and then you will see the Chrome Web Store right there. When you open up the Chrome Web Store, you will see that you have apps and extensions. Apps and extensions are relatively the same. They're both third-party scripts written by other people. The difference is that apps run on multi-platforms, whereas extensions only run inside of the Google ecosystem. Right here, you see a list of my extensions. My favorite is Extensity. It's an extension for your extensions. So what it does, if you see right here, is I have you can see all my different extensions that I have here and all my apps. You shouldn't run more than 9 or 10 extensions at a time. And what Extensity does allows you to turn it on and turn it off. I can turn this off, and now I can turn it back on. Notice it goes on and off my toolbar. That's called Omnibar right there. And so that's what Extensity does. My favorite extensions is OneTab. I like OneTab because I tend to click a lot. I purposely open these up. So when you put one tab, you don't want a lot of tabs open. It also slows down your computer. So if you do one tab, what it does is it pulls them all down into a list over here, and then you can choose to get rid of them as you want. Add-ons only work inside of your Google Drive. And inside of Google Drive, they increase the functionality of both docs. The add-ons were designed to make up for some weaknesses in docs when you moved over from Word. However, many of these add-ons have increased the functionality that far surpass the power of Microsoft Word. There are all these things that they don't even exist inside of Word. So lots of powerful things in the add-ons here. Add-ons also exist inside of Sheets. You go inside of Sheets and you'll see its own dedicated add-ons that increase the power of Sheets. One of the most powerful ones are the mail merge types, and there's several. Flubaroo is a grading one. Anyways, you can see there's all types of different things, add-ons that you might want to look at, but all of these, they only work inside of your Google Drive. The bottom line is there are tons and tons of apps, extensions, and add-ons that they could keep you up at night, and you can spend hours going out researching them. There's all types of teachers that have done tutorials. In fact, I was thinking about driving by Google and telling them just stop innovating because I think I'm going to go crazy. But they are so wonderful. If you look at some things that you want to do to improve your productivity, it's just really quite amazing how much easier your life gets using some of these applications, extensions, or add-ons.